NCAA.
Oh, sheesh.
That's a pretty good rap.
That's pretty good rap about it. But now, you know, as I was saying before, Kirk Penny at the free throw, and he made him too. He made his free throw right there. But I think he scored the first 5 points for New Zealand, so he's looking for a big one tonight, Costa.
Well, it keeps on coming too.
Yes.
It's Kirk Penny 6, Australia 1. The Boomers now back up the floor and looking for points, but coming up with nothing there. It was a fairly risky pass.
A good hustle by Kirk Penny there.
Luke Kendall was trying to get on with the job. Jason Smith sharing the ball.
Look for Jason Smith to have a big game tonight.
Well, he's been there, done that. There he is, shooting from the top of the key. The quick release, couldn't get it to go. And Henry has it now for the Tall Blacks quickly. Look at him go up the floor. He's got some jets. Make no mistake. Penny sharing it. Cameron, the big unit. Look at this. Good ball movement. There's the result. Bradshaw knocks down 2 more. And New Zealand, how good is this?
Those are the 2 big guys I told you have, good games today. And Bradshaw 3, Penny 6.
Kendall kicks it out. Bruce couldn't get it to fall either. Australia looking a little bit lackadaisical here in the opening minutes. This 4th and final game of the Ramsey Shield. Penny looks to do it himself. This time he gets no love. A break here for the Boomers. Jason Smith, the old stager himself, sets it up here for Kendall.
Nice screen there, Bruce. He's not afraid to attack the hoop, Bruce, isn't he?
No, he's not. And as I say, there'll be a lot of people here in the crowd tonight that haven't seen too much of him. And they're a pretty educated basketball crowd here in Victoria. Of course, this is the home of the Phillips Championship. Hero Cameron, just for something different, banging bodies in there.
A bit of muscle around.
Well, there's plenty of muscle in his case.
They switched up there. Bradshaw switched up on... And Hero Cameron's taking Bogut.
Bogut takes on Pero Cameron. It does a lap of honour, and it goes down. And you reckon the fans in Melbourne don't mind a piece of that?
Oh, they're loving him, Costa. They're loving him here. He's a homeboy here.
Yes, from the streets of Melbourne to the Milwaukee Bucks, and then back here to his hometown. Single numbers on the shot clock. Pero Cameron losing the handle. Here come the Boomers. Smith to nobody. Talk about a soft turnover against the Boomers. Some of the fans here looking rather perplexed. This is not what they've come to expect.
Well, it's slow start, a bit nervous, maybe Costa, but I mean, as the game goes on, Australia will get a bit more confident as, goes on. Oh, that was a foul one. That was a foul one stuff there.
Phil Jones.
Oh, yes.
That ball has come off Jason Smith. What a matchup that is, Peter. Smith and Phil Jones. A marquee matchup.
Oh, yes, yes. 2 big scorers. Phil Jones with 28 in the second, was it?
Yeah, game 2 in Napier, didn't he shoot the lights out on that occasion?
And then Jason Smith came back with 24 the next one.
Here's Henry. A lot of contact there.
No call.
No, the whistles are staying in the pockets of the match officials. Let's see if they're consistent. What an assist. Oh, my goodness! Andrew Bogut, welcome back to Melbourne. Bruce dished it off. And what about the finish from the big man from Milwaukee?
That's a beautiful dish, Costa. Beautiful dish. And keep in your seat. Keep in your seat. Now, beautiful dish by Bruce. We've seen all the skills there tonight.
We've got a 3-point ball game here at Vodafone. But talk about something to get a start on the highlights reel.
Oh,
enjoy this. Sit back at home. It was fantastic.
Nice. Look at that dish. Beautiful. And finish off with the big fella. Oh, that's the way you want to finish off 2 points, don't you?
And they reckon he's crook. Turn it up. I'd like to see him when he's fully fit. Tall Blacks now going back to work. Couldn't get the bucket. Yeah, it was a close thing. Kendall came down with the board for the Boomers. Jason Smith looking to knock it down. Here's Bruce again, Aaron Bruce, this young man that is really stepping up here tonight for Brian Gourgian. Kendall back to Bruce. Bruce shooting over Penny. Lid still on the basket. Here come the TBs. Henry. It'll be a New Zealand ball here.
New Zealand ball from the sideline. Beautiful. We can't afford Australia getting second rebounds out there, Costa, okay? We need to take one shot. We get our rebounds, control our boards, and we keep the game safe.
Also number 5, Steve Markovic.
Out of bounds play. We've got Pierre Cameron inbounds the ball.
And we've got a significant change here. Steve Markovic has checked into the game. If you follow the Phillips Championship, he was the runaway Razorback. Turned his back on West Sydney, still finds himself running around on the international scene. Jones can't fill it up. Pardon the pun.
Oh.
No pun intended.
Okay, someone take the lid off these hoops. They're pretty hard out there tonight.
The Aussies, 3 points in arrears. Bogut looking to get things happening. Hinder comes up with points for the Aussies. And now the Tall Blacks again with Phil Jones looking to get this jumper to go. Beautiful. He gets it to go all right.
Beautiful dish by Paul Henry. Beautiful dish.
It's the Tall Blacks here by 4. 11 plays 7, midway through term number 1. And it
Nice
jumps out of the cylinder once more. Henry looking to set it up for Cameron. Ball spills to Luke Kendall. He surveys the options. Here's Barlow back to Kendall. Now Bogut joins in. Look at him clear out. Who wants to take him on? Difficult shot. And Stephen Markovic straight away makes an impact. His first score of the night.
Beautiful, beautiful. He had to do well for his confidence, Costa. He did well for his confidence.
2-point ball game here at Vodafone. 4:45 to go. Term number 1. Henry kicks it out to Phil Jones. All the time under the sun.
Beautiful.
And that's what you get. He knocks down 3.
I think he's feeling it tonight, Costa. He's feeling it.
In fact, it might have just been the 2. I beg your pardon.
It was 2 points.
The margin is 4, in fact. Bogut has it back to Markovic. A lot of ball movement. Kendall. He knocks down 3. And all of a sudden, we're back to a 1-point ball game.
I think all the shooters are starting to find their range, Costa, here. It's a lot.
Henry thought about pulling the trigger, then unselfishly looked for support. 5 ticks left on the shot clock. Look at that.
2 points, New Zealand, number 14.
No panic whatsoever from Bradshaw. I reckon by the end of the series, Brian Goorjian will be impressed with that young man.
Yeah.
If he's not already.
You never know, he might get a contract here in the NBL. He's definitely got the goods for it, Costa.
Bogut! Holy moly! How do you stop him?
I need the help side. We need the weak side help there, Costa. I need weak side help. We have too much room to move there. We need the help side.
Well, the replay will show this is rather impressive. How's that for athleticism? The hometown hero comes up with another big play for the Boomers. And Tab Baldwin has seen enough. He's called in the Tall Blacks with the Boomers all of a sudden right on New Zealand's tail. It's 15-14 to the Tall Blacks.
I think what the Tall Blacks, I think what Tab Baldwin will be saying to his players, Costa, will be we need to help side defense. And we need to communicate to help out on the big fellas on Andrew Bogut. He seems to be killing us down low.
Well, if you joined us late, Bogut apparently was crook. He was sick. He wasn't well. He's not 100%. There was some doubt as to whether he would play here tonight, or more to the point, how much he would play. But, you know, at the end of the day, there were a lot of fans here tonight, Peter. They paid good money to come along to Vodafone. They've expected to see him play. This is a big night for the hometown hero. No doubt about that.
Oh, hell yeah. I think early on in the game, they're getting their money's worth, you know, but it's only early days, Costa. Okay, 3 minutes left in the quarter. 3 quarters left, and anything could happen, Costa. Anything could happen. Basketball's a funny game. Beautiful shot by Bradshaw there. Beautiful shot.
Back underway here in Melbourne. 4th and final game of this Resi Mortgage Test Series between Australia and New Zealand. Dylan Boucher on the floor. Perhaps he should return to the pine on that.
And also coming on too is Tony Rampton. He's come on too, and Casey Franks. So they've made and Aaron Olsen. So they made 4 subs there.
Well, sweeping changes
Yes.
between the coaching staff there. Barlow pulls the trigger. Ninad Vucinic and Tab Baldwin going to their bench rather early. Yeah, very early, in fact. Rampton with the rebound. Olsen's got it, the Canadian-born Kiwi.
That's right.
Henry.
Olsen at the top.
Single numbers on the shot clock here. Dylan Boucher, reluctant shooter, goes to Casey Frank. There was some contact there. He ends up on his backside. Rampton helps out. Foul has been called.
Wasn't it a beautiful offense, though, Costa? Wasn't it a beautiful offense? Looking for the man down low, easy pass, hard shot, but got the foul.
To the line, number 13 for the Tall Blacks, Casey Frank.
Hear the crowd. Hear the crowd.
Casey Frank from the stripe.
Nice.
Casey Frank.
Gets his scoring underway. The lead is out to 2.
Hit the Boomers, Brad Newley.
Australia making a few subs there.
Yeah, Brad, what a player to bring on. What a player to bring on in Brad Newley. He was, well, he has stars in his eyes, and why not? He was hoping to get a start in the NBA. He's going to have to cool his heels in Townsville, at least for the time being. But what a player to check into the game.
Oh, yes. She's a shooter. He can dribble the ball. Rebound, he does it all. Does it all, you agree?
5 ticks to play with.
Straight off the fence, Costa, what can you say?
Well, look, I'm one of his biggest fans. They love him up in North Queensland. He's one crocodile you don't mind patting. Snap,
You're
snap,
not one-eyed,
he says.
are you, mate? You're not one-eyed, are you?
I know the kid can play. I think everyone knows that.
Yes.
And if you wanted some proof, there it is. It's Australia in front all of a sudden, folks. They lead by the skinniest of margins, just over 2 minutes out from quarter time. Dylan Boucher with the reverse layup. He steadies the ship, and New Zealand back in front.
And Dylan Boucher puts his names in the score.
Markovic running the show for the Boomers for the time being. And that was a risky pass there from Barlow. Frank. Olsen makes a meal of it. That was nothing but oxygen. What was he thinking? What was he doing? Barlow's got it, and the Boomers off the hook.
I think that was too easy a shot for Aaron Olsen. I think he couldn't imagine how much time he had to shoot that ball.
Well, it was almost as if time stopped still.
Yes, exactly.
Shot clock down to single numbers. They kick it out. Newley. He drew iron, if nothing else. Here come the Tall Blacks once more. They lead this thing by 1. Just over 60 seconds out from the quarter-time break here at the Vodafone Arena.
We're a foul there. On...
Well, it's an offensive foul.
Yes, on Casey Franks, I think. Bear with me. Yes, Casey Franks' first foul.
One way to impress the coach, not.
I think offensive foul too. I think he's just trying to be as big as he can to set the screen.
So the Boomers back up the floor with Stephen Markovic and David Barlow. Newley joins in, guarded by Phil Jones. Newley showing some tricks, kicks it out to Barlow, the quick release. Caught the front of the iron, second opportunity for the Boomers.
I'm telling you that New Zealand has to box out and not allow Australia second opportunities, Costa.
Barlow looking to turn the corner. Chance of a three-point play. Barlow standing tall.
Nice drive of Barlow.
Barlow's the line to shoot for 1 bonus.
He can really explode to the hoop, Barlow. That was a good layup.
And he gets the shooter's roll too from the strike, so he makes a three-point play. And it's Australia by 2. Just over 30 seconds remaining here in term number 1. Aaron Olsen shares it with Jones and Casey Frank. Single numbers on the shot clock for Phil Jones. Working with Tony Rampton. He bangs a few bodies, goes upstairs. Nothing there for the Tall Blacks, but they get it back, and they'll have the final say here in term number 1. Phil Jones. Olsen, that was messy, that was ugly. They put up the prayer. Nearly gets no love, but a disappointing finish there to the first quarter here at the Vodafone Arena. The fourth and final game of this Trans-Tasman series, and it's the Boomers by 2. Quarter time, Australia 20, the Tall Blacks 18.
Australia Post, it's the Scream Team.
Feeling peckish?
Plenty of take to get through, boys.
Then join our tasty team
The Boil Up
for the ultimate feast of league.
from around the country in Aotearoa. Kei runga tonu, ia Boil Up.
Boil Up, 10:30 tomorrow on Māori television.
Taranaki King Country.
O te tae au a uru.
East Coast.
O, i ka roa rāwhiti.
Wherever you live in Aotearoa, all Māori have only got till the 2nd of August to make our choice. The Māori roll or the general roll.
It won't happen again for another 6 years, so you do not want to miss out.
It doesn't take long to suss out though, so kia tere and make your choice now.
Māori roll or general roll?
So what's your choice?
Kei a koe te tikanga.
Hey Ty,
Hey,
what'd you learn today at school?
I learned that the main bone in your wrist is called the radius bone.
What's that, biology?
Nah, league.
Buddy.
Don't touch.
Anytime's a good time to talk with your kids. It can make a big difference to their future.
Welcome back to the Vodafone Arena here in Melbourne, where Tab Baldwin and co, well, they've got a battle on their hands. They expected a battle. Peter, they're getting one here tonight.
Oh, they sure am. But none to their own fault, though, Costa. I mean, you know, they're allowing Australia to get second rebounds. Okay.
He'll be back a little bit later on.
It's a case of saying, oh, no, Aaron Nelson free for the jump shot. He was amazed. It was how long do you have to shoot that ball?
At basketball.net.au.
Well, clearly way too much time. Their offense was, well, left a lot to be desired there at the back end of term number 1 as we get set here for the second quarter. Here we go. The Aussies looking to build on their 2-point advantage. 10-minute quarters, I beg your pardon. Of course, for international basketball, a little bit different to the Phillips Championship.
Andrew Bogut handling the ball. She can dribble the ball for a big man.
There was a lot of
contact down low there.
Yeah, was there, what?
Oh, yes.
Phil Jones has it now for the Tall Blacks. Olsen, Frank, Casey Frank shares it with Tony Rampton. Can't get the hook to tumble. You've got to make those.
Got to make those easy ones, Costa. They're the ones that really cost you games.
Stephen Markovic, point guard for the Aussie Boomers.
Being guarded by Aaron Olsen. Casey Franks has picked up Andrew Bogut. Interesting matchup.
Well, he's picked up a big problem, if you ask me. Good luck to him. He's got to pull the trigger, Bogut.
Oh.
Well, he got rid of the rock, but he was a bit off the mark. A bit.
Oh.
Foul goes against the Tall Blacks.
I think that was against Casey Franks again, Costa.
And fair enough.
Jeez, that was a big elbow, isn't it?
Oh, was it what?
Foul has been called.
Come on.
Number 13, Tall Blacks, Casey Frank.
He wasn't happy with that call.
Substitution. Frank out.
Frank is back on the bench after that.
He rode the pine for a couple of minutes. Think about it. Was it a good foul or not? Now picking up Andrew Bogut is Tony Rampton.
We'll see if we can come back to that, because he certainly got full value for money.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Markovic with Barlow in support.
Ooh.
And look at this, Tab Baldwin. Baldwin spinning chips. He's had a crack at the referee here.
Substitutions into the game of the Boomers.
He's getting a warning, Costa. He's getting a slight warning from the referees. I don't think he said too much in haste. Maybe that wasn't a real foul by Casey Franks, but sure looked like it from here.
Jason Smith now for the Boomers. Australia looking to add a few more, and that's exactly what they do. Nearly is really making his presence felt here tonight, albeit off the bench. You can see why a lot of people say this kid could well play in the NBA one day.
One day.
New Zealand
Ben Hill
will take that.
Off the bench, Ben Hill hits for 2.
Ben Hill, who really surprised a lot of people, particularly with his performance in that second game in Napier, gets his scoring underway.
Yes.
Aussies leading the series 3-1 coming into this. Game 3, in fact, 48 hours ago in Hobart. Aussies home then by just 1. Going to the hole and coming up. Trumps that man again, that young man, Newley.
Really? He's putting on a show right now, Australia.
His father, in fact, played in the NBL many, many moons ago. He comes from pretty good stock, and I'm sure a lot of the relatives will be very impressed with his progress in this game here tonight. Dylan Boucher looking to Tony Rampton, but look at this, the Aussie D.
Oh, great defense, a great help defense too on that. Up on a penetration by Dylan Boucher, and a help by Bogut.
Brian Gourgian, as always, rather animated. Courtside, it's the Boomers with a 5-point spread here at Vodafone. Just over 3 gone, term number 2.
Another second attempt.
And Jason Smith makes them pay.
Jason Smith.
They're going to box out on the boards there, Costa.
Let's go, come on.
They're going to box out on the boards.
All of a sudden, the lead has expanded to 7.
You might see Tabor make a few subs here.
Tony Rampton, skip pass. And again, the Tall Blacks getting no love, but following his shot rather enterprisingly was Aaron Olsen.
We're not King Island now.
Craig Brayshaw coming on.
That's
and
a King
Paul Hennar
Island
there coming on.
call there. Don't want that one.
Bogut is the man who's being pinged here by the match officials.
I saw a little arm go in there, Costa.
This is Aaron Olsen here from the stripe. These are important free throws here for the visitors. He gets his scoring underway. Couldn't add to it though.
1 out of 2 ain't too bad. He's just got to pick the defense up, Costa here.
Newley's got it. He'll test that D that you're talking about, Peter.
And Craig Brayshaw has picked up Andrew Bogut. Really
7 ticks to play with here. And that's a good play by Dylan Boucher.
Nice
That's a heads-up play from an old stager.
Defense! Come with me, folks. Defense! Defense!
And now New Zealand looking to get something going offensively.
Andrew Bogut with the foul there, I think, Costa. Is that right? Yes.
Yeah, well, that won't go down too well here in the Victorian capital.
Second foul on Bogut. And you see that they've rotated on Andrew Bogut again. Now you got young Bradshaw picking him up. At the line, Craig Bradshaw, add to New Zealand score. Beautiful.
Bradshaw out of Winthrop University.
He's actually from the city where I'm from, Wellington. Craig Bradshaw.
Yeah, did some good things in his early days at the Saints.
That's right, that's right. Well, Saints boy. It's good to see him come along.
Come on, folks, I think we can pick up our support. Can I hear it? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
So the margin is back to 4.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Yeah, we're getting into it now, folks.
Smith
we're getting into it. Let's go, Boomers.
takes on Boucher, has to retreat, goes to Bogut. He'll have a go himself. Bogut, nice arc.
Oh,
no result. No result.
Nice follow through on the shot there, but come up empty. Football there.
Violation reset.
I think Bogut's more, used to Australians being inside.
Walton, the official game ball provider for the NBL, WNBL, and the ABA.
The ball obviously coming off the boot of Aaron Bruce there, the international rookie, if you like. Boucher. What a Jason Smith. Well,
Nice play for Jason Smith. No call on that one. No call on that one.
The All Blacks. Penny.
We see Pero Cameron coming on and Kirk Penny coming on. Phil Jones for the jumper. Oh, Phil Jones right back where he started.
Newley. He's not selfish, he's not greedy. Jason Smith probably entitled to knock that down. And now Henry back up the floor ever so quickly. It's the Boomers by 2.
Ooh. We're getting a few friendly calls our way, Costa. A few friendly calls our way.
Well, makes for a good close contest.
That's right, that's right.
I don't think you're complaining.
I'm not complaining at all, Costa. I'm not complaining at all.
Aaron Bruce picks up his second personal here.
I think you might see Brian Gorge make a sub here soon, maybe.
And just on Brian Gorgian too, we should point out that he has got players missing tonight, players that he'd probably like to get his hands on, the likes of Sammy McKinnon, Glenn Saville, Matt Nielsen, CJ Bruton, David Anderson. Just on Matt Nielsen, his club in Lithuania apparently wanted $160,000 for a premium against injury or possible injury. That's his Lithuanian club. Otherwise, no way you were getting on the plane. As a result, he's not here tonight. Here's Bradshaw looking to light it up. Unsuccessful, though. Couldn't quite connect. And that would have been handy.
Foul on Pero Cameron, I think, there, putting his arm on Hinder there.
Rusty Hinder.
Yeah, it's a big arm Pero's got too, mate. Pero Cameron now picking up Andrew Bogut.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
So they're really rotating on him, Costa. They're really rotating on Andrew Bogut, making him work for his points tonight.
Let's go. Let's go, Aussies. Let's go.
Pulling the trigger, Aaron Bruce. And the kid comes good.
Bruce.
What a moment for him.
Bruce for 3. Beautiful shot. Here we go.
I'm sure he'll be talking that up post-match tonight.
On a few beers, I'm sure.
We're getting the chance going, Wayne. We're going all right.
Pero Cameron, PC.
The captain puts in 2.
He gets his scoring underway. Just over 4 to go before the major break here. Aussies with a 3-point buffer. Brad Newley goes to Bogut.
No, Craig Bradshaw picks him up.
Bruce. Smith. Bogut.
Oh.
He's all class.
Oh. Once he gets that ball down low, it's all 2. I don't know why he shoots a jump shot from outside for, but inside he's, definitely money.
Well, Peter, just to put it into perspective, the man who comes up with the bucket here in the game in Napier, the second game that is, he was restricted to 9 points. He's got 9 already, 3:55 out from halftime.
Whoa.
So if he's sick, he's a good actor. Look at the free throw stats there, and yes.
He took his aspirin today, mate, the sore doctor. That's all I'm saying. But yep, he is playing well today.
And he's in the double figures, just like that. 6-point lead to the home side. Phil Jones.
Oh, that was football, wasn't it?
PC. Almost lost the handle. And going to the hole.
Oh, Kirk Penny shot a few skills there.
42% from the field here, Peter, for the Tall Blacks. And they trail by 4.
It's still anyone's game, though, Costa. I mean, although Australia look like they've, have the momentum going their way.
Just been informed, Wayne, that he is actually...
I don't think there's no momentum happening out there right now.
Thanks, Russell.
Bruce looking to come up trumps with the floater.
Jeez, nearly.
He's not frightened.
He ain't shy of that boy.
And we've got a timeout.
Brian Gorshin calls a timeout here. We'll just discuss what's going on there.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We are into the second quarter here. 3:12 out from halftime at the Vodafone Arena, and it's the Boomers by 4. Australia 33, New Zealand 29.
Come on out. Throw me a ball, please, Barry. And what we'll do, folks, it's a bit of the
Well, we know what Bogut can do. I suppose maybe if Kirk Penny can produce a few more points at a critical time. He's got New Zealand back in the contest here.
One shot, Variety Club. You miss it, they get $500. $500.
And if you're experiencing a few technical problems at home, we do apologise.
Charity gets $500. How good's that? Give it up for
Brian Gorgian here, the master coach, the man who delivered 3 NBL championships to the Sydney Kings, a Sydney Kings team that in years gone by was known as the Violet Crumbles. Well, nowadays, of course, an NBL superpower, all thanks to the man on the bottom of the floor.
Brian Gorgian. Yes, he's taken over the reins of the Australian program and a new era in basketball too. You know,
Gotta take it. There it is, folks. 500 for charity. Good work, Rezzy. Good work.
You know, the funny thing about that, Warren, is...
What is it?
They actually
Well, the Aussies tonight, at the moment, they have a 4-point advantage.
So it's the setup.
I don't know, mate. You're running the show.
And looking to take this series 3 games to 1. New Zealand, of course, looking to take the series.
yes.
We were told, actually, it was reported in the media that the Ramsey Shield had, in fact, gone back to Australia as the defending title holders, but that's not quite right. So there is still something to play for here tonight. Here is Bruce looking to set it up for the Boomers. And all of a sudden, Henry's got it. Penny, Henry, Phil Jones. Cameron joins in. Plenty of clock left here on this possession. Cameron surveying the options. Phil Jones now looks to hurry up. He goes to the hole. He gets it to go.
Nice
Phil
drive,
Jones.
Phil Jones. Nice drive on Bogut.
Phil Jones edging closer to double figures for New Zealand.
And now it's a 2-point deficit, Costa.
And the Australians obviously have a game on their hands here tonight. They expected this. Kendall, quick release, couldn't get it to tumble. But look at this, a second opportunity once more for the Boomers.
I'm telling you, they'll come back and haunt us. Harold Cameron comes up with a steal.
And just as well, Penny behind the back. Hill measures the 3, can't get it to tumble.
Let's go, folks. Let's make some noise for our boys.
Bruce
Come on,
weaving his way back up the floor.
Oh.
Bogut, what a touch, what an assist. Oh, Russell Hender says thank you very much.
Hasn't Andrew Bogut shown his whole repertoire tonight? You know, he shoot from the outside, inside, and pass the ball too. Oh, he's a good player.
Well, we've seen power, brute strength, and a little bit of finesse, all rolled into one in the first half. Here's Phil Jones. He drills the triple, and he gives the Tall Blacks plenty of heart with that. 90 seconds out from the major break, and the margin is back to 4.
Back to 2.
Make that 2. You're quite right, Peter.
That's the way, folks.
Bogut left alone. That's a cardinal sin at any level.
I'm thinking he's more, more of a threat inside, Costa. He's more of a threat inside to draw the defense in and let the, let the guards shoot from outside. People come to see him play.
Well, I don't think he'd be doing that in Bucks colours.
True.
Here's Phil Jones. 60 seconds out from half-time. Penny gets this one to go.
And we've got ourselves.
And look at this, we've got the Tall Blacks in front. I repeat, the Tall Blacks are in front by 1. Penny has come good here in this second term. Young Bruce, he pulls the trigger, firing unsuccessfully.
Phil Jones with the rebound.
Henry guarded by Aaron Bruce. Jones, Penny with the fake, and look at Bogut, he's doing it. Bogut's doing everything at both ends of the floor. He's giving the fans value for money.
Exactly.
Smith.
Enough time for one more shot.
Just.
Yes.
Let's see what they've got here. It's New Zealand by 1. 36 plays 35. Phil Jones. That's, trickles out of court. And we just got over 3 seconds to go here in the first half. And we've got a timeout called by Tab Baldwin. Interesting move. As we look at the scores here, it's New Zealand 36, Australia 35, with precious time remaining in term number 2.
I wonder what Kevin Gorge has been saying right now. Probably out of bounds play. Maybe look for Bogut underneath the hoop. Look for the outside jumper for Jason Smith. There's so many options out there.
Yeah, and that's in spite of the fact, as I say, Peter, they've got some stars missing.
Yes.
You know, like people like Len Saville and, you know, Matty Nielsen, CJ Brute now. If you love the Sydney Kings, you love CJ Brute.
Yes.
And just on CJ, he's actually signed with the Brisbane Bullets. So if he doesn't cut the mustard trying to make the NBA, that's where he will be playing in the Phillips Championship in 06-07. So, but right here tonight, his Aussie teammates, so far so good, well up to a few minutes ago, because all of a sudden, the Boomers down by just one.
I think Brian has mapped out his play here. I'm sure Tad Baldwin's saying, guys, don't give him a shot.
Gatorade, Molten, Interviews, Thermoskin, Skins, Elastoplast, and Southern Design and Print Group. 3.3 left.
3 seconds left.
On the clock for half time.
I'm going to take a guess out here. I'm going to take a punt and look for Jason Smith for the jumper.
36, make it look nice at 3 seconds. Here we go.
All right, Peter Porkeye, the would-be coach, has given his thoughts. Let's see what transpires here. Not much, because that was messy. Although Brad Newley almost conjures something from nothing with a very, very unorthodox prayer.
And nearly made the 2.
That is half-time here at the Vodafone Arena, and we've got the Tall Blacks looking to save the series, take the series. They lead the Boomers by 1. It's 36-35.
Introduces Peak as the official apparel sponsor of the Australian Post Boomers.
All Blacks up to this game, up to their eyeballs in this game. In fact, they lead by 1. It's been quite an amazing pendulum swing, if you like. The Australians have been restricted to 15 points in that second term. But of course, Andrew Bogut continues to be the key man here for the Boomers tonight. A Boomers side that is a little bit different to what we've seen in recent years. But there he is, the man on screen, the first choice draft pick for the Milwaukee Bucks. What a rookie season it was, and what a player to come back in for your international program.
Unbelievable, Costa. I mean, he's shown his whole repertoire out there today, you know. Although he hasn't shot an outside jumper, but he can shoot that. You know, he's shown, because his passing.
We look at the stats here for the first half, and New Zealand, as I say, up by 1. The field goal shooting, well, not too much in it, not too much in the three-point clip either, nor the free throws. As far as the big difference there, well, you tell me.
Well, I'm quite amazed, Costa, because I thought that the Australians might be up by rebounds, but the New Zealand are leading the rebounds on that. So, obviously they shouldn't have the Australians have it's an even game. It is actually an even game out there. There's no momentum either way.
The only concern from my point of view is that the Tall Blacks have come up with twice as many turnovers. As long as they keep that in check, I'm sure that probably has been touched on by the likes of Nenad Vucinic and also Tad Baldwin at the major break. I'm sure they did touch on it at the very least.
I'm sure they will. But I think New Zealand really has the box out there. Some of the easy shots that Australia have had are from New Zealand's lackadaisical defense, not boxing out. And if they, have to cut out those mistakes, I think it'll make it easier as they get down the line, Costa.
Peter, you played so much international basketball, of course, before your retirement after 2000. But if you were there tonight, down there, running the show, obviously you've got concerns about Bogut. How concerned would you be about Newley?
Yes. Yeah, he's just warming up too, I've seen him play. I've been here for 5 years now, and I've seen a young kid play, and he can fill it up definitely. He can shoot the ball from outside, drive to the hoop, and he's displayed that tonight. So, definitely the guards have to rotate on well on Newbury. Not allow him to take that outside shot. But I think, playing for the drive rather than for the outside jumper, Costa.
Offensively, of course, New Zealand, they can't just ride on the back of Phil Jones. They've done it time and time again, but we keep coming back to the Reefton kid. He just can't do it solo.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time now, though. But Kirk Penny's putting up his hand. Okay, he drives to the hoop, he's shooting the outside jumper. But I think this half, look for Captain Peril Cameron, take more shots, more drives to the hoops, and just, slowly assert himself into the game, Costa.
And of course, this tournament, this 4-game series, an important lead-in, the World Championships in Japan, which will involve both Australia and New Zealand, of course, because of the change to the international structure, if you like, with the 2 Oceania teams going through. it's very important for both coaches to iron out those things, those wrinkles.
Yeah, that's right, yes. I was talking to Pero Cameron before the game started, and he said, have you got anything to say? He said, you know, we're just getting ready for Japan. That's what he said. You know, this team's getting ready. So basically, you know, like, we might be looking at the team going to Japan for New Zealand. We may be looking at that.
Yeah, and just conversely, the Aussies, well, I don't think Georgian is quite settled yet. He's seemingly has left the door ajar, at least for a couple of players, between now and that World Championships. But
and what an array of players, Del Costa. What an array of players available to Brian.
Oh, well, there's a galaxy of stars, and we keep coming back to that no matter what the sport is, in terms of how deep the Aussies are.
Yes.
But you can only put 5 on the floor at any given time.
That's right.
We shouldn't lose sight of that.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the teams enter the court for the second half, give it up for both teams, ladies and gentlemen.
You can see Jason Smith there, the Boomers captain. He's been around a long time. Started his basketballing career here in Melbourne some time ago. Jason Costigan alongside Peter Porkai here tonight for this 4th and final game. Trust you're enjoying the coverage from Australia's sporting capital. Ryan Georgian, well, he's not enjoying everything at the moment because his team trails by 1. We are underway the 3rd term. The possession arrow is with the New Zealanders. And let's see if they can kick on a bit in this 3rd period here. Henry combining with Penny in the backcourt. Kirk Penny takes on Bogut, looking to thread the needle. And he's overcooked the shot there, Bradshaw. The idea was right, not so the execution.
Just the finishing there, you got to finish it off, though.
Rusty Hinter coming up with the rebound for the Boomers. Smith working with Bogut. Single numbers on the shot clock. The big man kicks it out to Smith. Kendall, and in the corner was young Bruce. He couldn't get it to go. And the Tall Blacks, another turnover. This is risky business from the black and whites.
They got to control that ball a bit more. Oh, and New Zealand get the ball back. Jason Smith must have had a foot out when he went for the steal.
Talk about pushing the envelope, offensively speaking. Fortunately, the Tall Blacks have got it. Henry retreating, surveying his options.
Comes up to the top.
PC working with Penny, now Bradshaw, guarded by Luke Kendall. And Kendall has been pinged here by the match officials.
Hold for holding there, Costa. For holding. Spin move, baseline. Oh, he had a hand in there. Slide hand.
Oh, talk about, well, some would say clutching at straws. What are you saying? The good guys have got it back?
Yeah.
They have. Nothing to show for their troubles, though. Phil Jones dusts himself off. Bruce has got it for the Boomers. Here's Bogut. Bogut will test out Cameron. He looks to thread the needle at the other end. And Russell Hinder adds another 2. And the Boomers, like that, are back in front.
It took a minute and a half to get the first. Minute and a half Peril at the top. Jump over Kirk.
Penny, he pulls the trigger. It jumps out of the cylinder. And look at Hinder getting on with the job. Young Bruce. That's fantastic basketball. Jason Smith. He just gobbles it up. And the lead expands to 4 thanks to the Smith triple.
Nice hustle by Bruce. No brutal hustle by Bruce. Follow up. And the tray by Jason Smith. Nice hustle by Australia.
That hustle would be pleasing to coach Brian Georgian. Phil Jones. Cameron. Bradshaw.
Nice. And Pero Cameron. Nice assist to Bradshaw. And Pero picks up Andrew Bogut.
Bruce, Kendall, Bogut. The Aussies, they lead by 2. That ball has trickled out of court. And the Boomers will get it back here with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And the man who came up with that hustle, young Aaron Bruce, he returns to the pine. So he sits down.
Newbury on.
Newley is there, gets us back underway. Bogut looking to get the job done, not quite. Bradshaw there to mop up. That was a pretty handy defensive rebound.
Nice rebound, definitely.
Henry, Cameron, guarded by Andrew Bogut. Penny, 7 ticks to play with. He'll need to get a wriggle on. Penny, Bradshaw.
Little foul in there. Kendall, I think.
It's called on the Boomers, number 8, Brad Newley.
Brad Newley. I stand corrected. There's a little arm in there on Newbury, little arm.
3 minutes gone here, term number 3. Bradshaw looking to cut back into this lead.
Craig Bradshaw makes 3 in a row. Looking for his 4th free throw.
He couldn't make it 4 though. Pero Cameron. They get the call here, the Tall Blacks.
Foul.
That's for Boomers, number 7, Luke Kendall.
That time was on Luke Kendall. That was a nice steal by Pero Cameron though.
Cameron back to Henry. And that's a great play. Fantastic chemistry there. Bradshaw comes up with a bucket, but Henry, what about the vision?
Oh, beautiful vision. But what about the finish, Costa? What about the finish? Hey?
It was sweet.
The young fella, Bradshaw, showing the skills.
Kendall, he lost the handle. Cameron
pass.
says, thank you very much. Kirk Penny with the layup. You've got to make them. He does exactly that. And with that bucket, look at this. Tall Blacks by 3.
43-40. Beautiful. Beautiful basketball and good defense by New Zealand. Of course, in a few turnovers.
Oh, there he goes again, the big man. He cuts
can't
loose
stop that.
with another rim rocker. He's giving the fans value for money in Melbourne. It's nice to be home, he says.
But you can't stop that, Costa. That's 2 points all the way home, mate. You can't stop that. The big fella.
Well, why go up the Rialto Tower when you can go upstairs like Bogut? It's a good view.
Oh, that was it. No one hustled back on defense there. No one hustled back there.
This time it's Jason Smith. Australia 44, Tall Blacks 43. It'll be a Tall Black ball here.
New Zealand looking to penetrate a lot more, Costa. Jason Smith takes a rest.
And checking into the game, Stephen Markovic.
Another good player for another good player.
Some good contact happening here between Phil Jones and Newley off the ball. Bradshaw. Well, he knocks that down with consummate ease.
The young fellow showing his diversity with 14 points now. I think he's the leading scorer for New Zealand.
And just like that, the Boomers come back. David Barlow says, get that into you.
He's another one of Brian Goorjian's players, isn't he, for the Sydney Kings?
Oh, he's got a production line. Has Brian Goorjian, make no mistake, he's got a reputation for churning out players. PC from the top of the key.
Nice
Couldn't
rebound.
get it to go.
Nice rebound by Craig Bradshaw. Craig Penny put it up. Ooh, drills it for 3. And a steal by Pero Cameron. What happened there? He pulls up for the 3.
The Tall Blacks looking to go on a good run here. Cameron couldn't get that to tumble. Penny has 15 points. Building good numbers here tonight.
Yeah, yes.
Bogut's got it. And he goes back to work.
That's a good foul by Paul Henner there. Stopped a certain 2, make him enter from the free throw line.
Some of the Tall Blacks, number 5, Aaron Olsen, in. Andrew Bogut.
Andrew Bogut at the line. Beautiful. His line starting to rack up. 12 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Isn't he a nice player, though, Costa? Hey, so much skill there.
And what a success story, though. Look at it, he's got some hustle about him, too.
Yes.
The work.
As I say that, he misses his 2 free throws.
And just like that, he has a rest. It's the Tall Blacks by 3. We have 4.5 to go here, term number 3. If you joined us late, it was the Boomers by 2 at quarter time. And then New Zealand, of course, by 1 at the major break. Single numbers on the shot clock here. Penny for 3.
Ooh.
He is having a night out at Vodafone. Kirk Penny.
He's on fire tonight. Kirk Penny's come to play tonight. And now he takes up Newbury.
Nearly kicks it out to Barlow. Quick release.
Barlow.
Bang, splash. Call it what you like. How's that for a reply?
That's nice. That's nice. The young fellas combining together.
3-point spread here. New Zealand leading the Boomers. Olsen.
New Zealand going through their play.
Bradshaw. Mid-range J. He stops, pops, and fills it up.
Can't he do it? He is showing his game tonight. The outside J, the three-pointer, going to the rack.
Newley showing some tricks.
Halliwell.
Wade Halliwell, former Brisbane Bullet. And look at this. The Boomers.
Markovich.
That hurts. That hurts a lot.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Markovich for the 3, and now 1 to convert it to a 4-point play.
That's how you get the coach to slump to his seat. Fouling the 3-point shooter. Well, some coaches in certain parts of the world would have that player taken out the back and shot.
Yes.
It's a cardinal sin.
You're right, though. You're right, though.
Oh.
Don't go out there and foul a 3-pointer. You know? But now he converts it.
Boomers have got it, even though they came up empty from the stripe. Tall Blacks by 2 here, folks. 54 plays 52. Markovich, not sure where to go. Goes back to Barlow. Markovich, 7 ticks to play with. Stephen Markovich. And Halliwell ends up, in fact, it was Hinder on the floor. Penny now looking to get rid of Barlow.
He's the man of the moment right there, Craig Bradshaw.
Olsen. Phil Jones. Tony Rampton working baseline. And stepped over.
Ooh, costly.
Well, you've got to treat the baseline like a precipice in a game like this.
5 turnovers. This great. 5 turnovers. 5 too many.
Costly turnover, that one, perhaps. We'll find out in a moment. The Boomers looking to get something going offensively here. Stephen Markovich is really making his presence felt out there. Russell Hinder goes back to work. Basket counts, and they've picked up the foul here. And all of a sudden, we've got a tied ball game at 54, but not for long, perhaps. Not for long.
You just sense out there that, you know, like both teams are just waiting for something to erupt there. At least Hinder there for the loose rebound. Was it back for 2? Foul by Tony Rampton. Yes, but both teams are looking for the momentum. You know, it just takes 2 or 3 baskets. You get the momentum going, it'll be hard to stop.
Russell Hinder now, one-time West Sydney schoolboy. And he couldn't come up with a 3-point play.
Another turnover. Another turnover. The rebound stacking up from New Zealand, though.
Those turnovers could well come back to haunt Tab Baldwin in the Tall Blacks.
Yes.
We are 2 minutes out from 3/4 time. 54 plays 54. Hinder, Markovich, Newley fires from long range, couldn't connect.
Get a rebound.
Well, they get second and third opportunities, these Australians. Although on this occasion,
a bit of luck goes our way, Costa.
Well,
a bit of luck goes our way,
there's
mate.
no case of home court cooking on that occasion.
You need a bit of luck to win these games, you know. I'm getting a bit of lady love there right there.
Henry. Rampton. Got a new hairstyle since last time I saw him. Here's Boucher. Dylan seems very reluctant to do it himself. He goes back to Rampton just as well. Tony Rampton gets his scoring underway, and it's New Zealand back in front.
That was Rampton's first 2 points of the game. By a nice dish from Dylan Boucher.
Barlow, that jumps out of the cylinder.
Craig Bradshaw comes down for the rebound.
And Tony Rampton ends up on his backside.
Halliwell and Rampton bumping elbows there, Costa.
Well, it's his first foul. That's Wade Halliwell. Tony Rampton suggesting maybe some advice there for the match officials. You're never short of a word in a situation like this.
I'm sure it wasn't about the weather.
Russell Hinder sits down. 1:14 to go here in term number 3. And Bradshaw, likewise for New Zealand. Henry to get us back underway. Quick release from Olsen. Couldn't get it to go.
And young Ben Hill has come on to replace Bradshaw. New Zealand to a little bit of a zone.
Barlow. The Aussies with 6 on the shot clock here. Markovic with a nothing possession there for Australia. Georgian would be probably shaking his head in disbelief as we move into the final 60 seconds here of the third quarter. And it's the Tall Blacks up by 2. Hill fires and connects.
Beautiful shot by Ben Hill. He was shy to pull the trigger, that boy.
Ben Hill, who certainly won some respect from the Australians after what we saw in game 2 in Napier. Not sure what the scouting report was on him from Georgian's point of view. Here's Markovic firing unsuccessfully. Henry's got it for New Zealand.
10 seconds to go.
Let's see if they can make it count. They lead by 4. It could be 7. It is 7. Hill, give him the rock.
Young Ben Hill.
Benny Hill comes up with a big play just before 3/4 time. And as a result, the Tall Blacks have a 7-point advantage. 61 plays 54 here at Vodafone.
Let's go. We've got 3 shots again, Wayne, for Resi Borg.
Feeling peckish?
Plenty of tuck.
The Vodafone Arena where Tab Baldwin and the Tall Blacks are looking the goods. They've never won against Australia on Aussie soil. Is tonight going to be the night of this drought-breaking win? It's been a long time coming. New Zealand have scored the last 7 here, and as a result, they lead by 7 with 10 to go in the contest.
Looking good. It's looking good there. Oh, they're showing the dish from there. Dylan Boucher, Tony Rampton for 2.
There it is, 10 minutes on the clock. Make some noise.
And if we cut down our turnovers for this quarter and play some tough defense, New Zealand can bring it home.
Well, here we go. That's the final 10 minutes of the series. The Ramsey Shield is there for the taking. Barlow firing. Couldn't get it to tumble. New Zealand possession. Rampton mops up for the Tall Blacks.
It's a good rebound, Rampton. It's a good start. It's a good start to the quarter.
Olsen, a threat in his own right, particularly the back end of a game. Here's Dylan Boucher. He goes to Rampton. Rampton is stripped of possession.
Out of bounds. Come on, Kiwis. They need a nice inbounds play here.
New Zealand chasing just their 6th win all time, head-to-head against Australia. Rampton looking a little bit too physical there as far as the Aussies are concerned.
I think there could be a holding foul on Kendall there. Yes. He put his hand in the cookie jar. It shouldn't have been. Oh, and a push by Hinder in the back too.
Just for good measure. Barlow. Kendall. The Aussies quickly back up the floor. Bogut goes to work, couldn't get it to go.
That was too easy.
Peter Porkai joining myself, Jason Costigan, here for this night of Trans-Tasman basketball.
Andrew Bogut going to the line.
He's the only Australian player in double figures. Conversely, we've got 3 from the New Zealand perspective. In fact, between Penny and Bradshaw, 34 points. So 3 into double digits. Bogut doing it himself for the Aussies.
Oof. And the Kiwi players were the 2 players I said they had to have big games tonight. And they're coming up trumps tonight. It's good to see.
Well, particularly Kirk Penny after the horrors of Hobart from 48 hours ago.
Bit of redemption there. Bit of making up time. He was going through their plays.
Tony Rampton shares it with Boucher. That's a rare sight.
Yeah, it is. That was probably his first shot of the game.
Perhaps his last on that performance. Bogut shares it with Luke Kendall. No change to the 3/4 time score. Bogut. Bucket doesn't count.
You just can't stop him going to the hoop. I mean, he's a big unit. You just can't stop him going to the hoop there.
Aaron Olsen sitting down for the Tall Blacks.
Andrew Bogut for his 13th point of the game. Nice good on that promise.
He makes 1 of 2 on this trip to the stripe. New Zealand come away with it. Hill with the rebound. Henry with the ball carrying duties.
We're in a good position here.
Hill, mid-range jumper.
Oh, what happened there?
And we've got some pushing and shoving here. Rampton's fired up. Someone give him an extinguisher.
I think Andrew Bogut's a bit fired up there too. Here we go, replay. Did you see that? Andrew Bogut threw the first push.
Double foul's been called. First foul on
Double foul.
number 15, Tony Rampton, the Tall Blacks, and second foul on Boomers, number 4, Andrew Bogut.
That's his 3rd foul.
Well, it's back on. I'll tell you what, there's a few players sailing close to the wind. We've got 8:19 to go. There is plenty of clock left in this one. There is plenty of feeling left in this one. Don't go anywhere. It's 61 plays 55.
Come on, New Zealand.
Boucher kicks it out to Penny. Rampton goes upstairs.
That was a hard take to the hole, that one.
Russell Hinder standing tall for the Boomers.
I think that little scuffle with Andrew Bogut really fired up Tony Rampton. I think he's ready for a big one now.
To the line.
He's fired up.
For the Tall Blacks. Number 15, Tony Rampton.
Tony Rampton, the 30-year-old from Taranaki, been around on the international scene for some time now. He knows these free throws are important.
That's the second one.
And the two.
You can hear the crowd here, Costa. We're going to give him a hard time here.
Yes, and the crowd is not going anywhere. We've got 8 minutes to go. The Aussies, 6 points in arrears. Kendall couldn't get that to go. Boucher's got it now for the Tall Blacks. He brings it back up the floor. He's struggling to do that. Barlow's causing all sorts of problems. Rampton, PC. Not this time. Bogut is there to mop up.
Nice rebound.
6-point spread favouring New Zealand, at least for the time being. Jason Smith looking to eat into that lead. Barlow shares it with Kendall. He runs out of court. In fact, the foul has been called on Tony Rampton.
Put a bit of a hip in there, Costa. He put a bit of a hip in there. Aussies have been patient on the offense, though. They see how they swing the ball around. Penetration there. A little bit of an elbow, a little bit of a hip.
And the Aussies, well, Russell Hinder looking to kiss two off the glass.
Came up short.
He was entitled to nail that. The margin stays at 6. Henry. Offensively, hasn't offered too much here tonight.
Oh, see, look a bit of rusty there.
Rusty. He'll be off the road if he drives a car like that. Here's Phil Jones. And Phil Jones says, how do you do to Andrew Bogut?
Well, he's shooting over a 7-footer. That's even hard in my case to do that. A reaching foul by Barlow there. A reaching foul, and Bogut saying, that wasn't me.
Phil Jones.
Henry sits down. Olsen checks back into the game. Phil Jones looking to increase the lead.
Phil Jones with his 13th point.
Oldest player on the floor here tonight, Phil Jones.
That's a new one on me, Costa.
You need an old head at a time like this, and a cool head at that. And that head's about to explode. Brian Gorgian says, what's going on out there?
Still plenty of time left, 7 minutes.
Let's go, Aussies, let's go!
New Zealand going back into a bit of a zone here.
Aussies, let's go!
Nice dish to foul.
Russell Hinder moves into double figures. And the Aussies are hanging around like a bad smell. This game is far from over.
Far from over. Russell Hinder getting his second basket, is that right?
Rampton, Elks, Russell Hinder.
Here's chance of a three-point play here for Russell Hinder. Crowd favourite for many years, of course, with the West Sydney Razorbacks. He comes up empty. The Boomers, 6 points in arrears. 6.5 to go. Phil Jones. Olsen. Penny.
Australia come into a bit of a zone themselves. Come up short in that one. Craig Bradshaw on the court now, giving Tony Rampton a rest.
Nearly with the open look. He drills the triple from the corner. Neely's into double figures. Here come the Boomers.
Australia needed that one, Costa. They needed that one big time.
The crowd, a lot of the fans there on their feet as soon as that hit the net.
You might find the confidence to be up now.
Bradshaw. 5 ticks to play with. Someone has to pull the trigger in a hurry. Olsen back to Bradshaw. Quick release. He couldn't get it to go. PC tries to get it back for New Zealand. No whistle forthcoming. Baldwin's blowing up courtside. Here come the Boomers. Smith in no hurry whatsoever.
New Zealand sticking with that zone.
Smith looking to tie up the ball game. It's off the money.
Oh.
Second opportunity, though, for the home side.
They might come back and haunt them, Costa.
Bogut! Oh, there he goes again!
Jeez. New Zealand's got to tighten up their defense, and Tab Baldwin calls a timeout, is that right? I'll talk about it too.
All of a sudden, the Aussies are coming back. 1 point ball game, and it's New Zealand at 63-62.
Well, behind me is going to speak to someone famous in the crowd, and we also need to draw one person out of there, was it?
Oh, let's Shane the Hammerhill, please stand up. Give Shane the Hammerhill a round of applause, folks. My idol. Can you draw out a lucky person, please, Shane?
Look,
it's a privilege
look at
to
that
see you
defense. No,
tonight, mate.
New Zealand did have the weak side defense in the middle there. Pero Cameron may be in fault there, but easy basket, easy dunk for Andrew Bogut.
Island in Victoria, it's all good. Now I love Werribee. I'm living in Newport. Good spot. How are you
Tab Baldwin, the man who has really put New Zealand basketball on the map ever since Indianapolis, if you like. He's really revolutionised the game in the Shaky Isles. And his good friend, his 2IC, Nenad Vucinic, right beside him, the brains trust of the Tall Blacks, looking to put the Aussies out of business here in Melbourne.
I actually played a couple of years under the coach of Nenad Vucinic. And Tad Baldwin's always got that mind of basketball. And, you know, I think New Zealand really has to tighten up on their defense and have more communication in the back, you know, in the front court there.
And Peter, just a quick one on Ben Hill as we look at the crowd here tonight. Fantastic turnout, really, by the people of Melbourne. Ben Hill, he comes from pretty good stock. Just got to wonder what sort of role he plays here coming down the stretch.
Yes, well, yes, and from good stock from Stan Hill. He used to be New Zealand's #1 player. Okay, and his brother is also a good player, Ollie Hill. So watch out for him when he gets a bit older. So New Zealand's got a few players coming up.
We've got just over 5 to go here. No one has left this building. Cameron. New Zealand looking to kick clear. Bradshaw comes up with some pretty handy points.
The young fella coming up, big time three, has 19 points so far. And New Zealand still consists with that zone. I try to keep Bogut outside the middle.
Jason Smith, from long range, he couldn't get it to go.
There's a foul.
Foul's gone on All Blacks number 8, Phil Jones.
That was a big call there. We had the rebound on that one.
Team fouls.
Nice shot. Rebound there. If anything I saw there, Andrew Bogut was holding on to Bradshaw. But I'm not the referee there, mate. I'm not the ref there. And what about the officiating during the whole tournament? How do you think it's been going, Costa?
Well, it's been a little bit up and down like my golfing form. I had an eagle today. Well, I saw one. Let's get back to this ball game.
Okay.
It's the Tall Blacks by 2. No laughing matter for either side at the moment.
No, it's all serious right now. Every possession counts right now.
Henry. Penny. He buries it. Kirk Penny. It is a night of redemption for Kirk Penny after what happened in Hobart. Don't go anywhere because Jason Smith says, I don't care less about redemption. We've got a job to do.
It's your shot, my shot. New Zealand up by 2.
Jason Smith, experience plus, Penny. Bradshaw. 7 ticks to play with. Henry. Jones. That jumps out of the cylinder. Hinder's got it. Here come the Boomers.
Here comes Newbury on the fast break.
Newley shares it with Kendall. 3-point play with, oh dear. Craig Bradshaw has tried to sell something here. If I could put it that way, he's kidding.
Craig Bradshaw.
I'm sure Andrew Bogut milked it a bit there too, Costa, but it looked pretty,
Women's number 4, Andrew Bogut to the line to shoot 2 shots.
That's a, I don't know about that.
You ever
one.
tried to push a fridge over?
No, that's right. He's 7 foot. He's only 6'5", 6'8", isn't he?
Andrew Bogut, 17 points here tonight for the Boomers. His first game in his hometown in 3 years.
And he makes 2 free throws from the line.
41% from the free throw line, the Aussies here tonight. And the margin, just 1. Less than 3.5 to go. And the series up for grabs. PC looking for the jumbo 3.
Draws nothing but air on that one.
Plenty of oxygen.
Oh, yes. Now we need a good defensive stop here.
Jason Smith
Nice.
trickles out of court. Aussies will get it back here. 17 seconds to play with.
Nice. A nice hand by Craig Bradshaw on that.
We have a timeout here. We've got a timeout at the Vodafone Arena with New Zealand leading by 1. It's the Tall Blacks 69, Boomers 68.
He's up in the crowd. I'm going up. I'm going up, Wayne. It's a long way. G'day, Wayne. Oh, g'day, wasn't it? Oh, my. I'm going to get there. I can do it. Look at these young Aussies. Look at them. Here they are. Young Aussies. Aussie,
3 minutes and 11 seconds left in this series between Australia and New Zealand. And it's going right down to the wire. The Resi Mortgage Test Series for the Ramsey Shield. Tab Baldwin looking to create history tonight here in the Victorian capital. New Zealand chasing their first ever win over the old enemy on Aussie soil. Peter, can they do it?
Well, I'm sure Tab's telling the boys, look, boys, there's 3 minutes left. You know, don't leave no unturned stones and give it all you got out there. Okay, no turnover. Every possession counts right now, Costa. Every possession counts. Every rebound counts.
Get them on your body.
I'm sure that has been the theme of his address there in the huddle, and probably quite similar comments coming from that man, the super coach of the Sydney Kings, Brian Goorjian, a man who came out to Australia from the United States and actually hooked up with one Lindsay Gaze many, many moons ago here in Melbourne. Tonight he's looking to steer Australia home in the face of adversity. Bogut's there for the Boomers. Newley! He lights it up! Brad Newley comes up with a three-point play, and Australia are back in front.
It's a ball game now.
2-point lead, 2:45 to go. Is that a turning point in this contest or what? Oh, yeah! He gets some love. He gets his scoring underway at this stage.
That's good, though. It's good. At the important stage of basketball. And a push in the back, maybe. No, foul on Craig Bradshaw.
Tied up ball game here, 71 apiece.
Team fouls.
Craig Bradshaw for a
Take a
foul.
stroll down the other end to the line for the Tall Blacks.
Australia goes to the line to shoot free throws. Jeez. They could come back and haunt them that now. You might find Australia now taking the ball straight to the basketball hoop. You know, trying to draw the foul, go to the line. Oh no. Australia won't have 2 fouls here.
Yeah, so Craig Bradshaw under immense pressure.
The crowd support here can do it for you. Come on, Craig.
You can hardly hear yourself think here.
No.
Let alone talk. He corrects it, and New Zealand, with that free throw, lead by the skinniest of margins.
And Craig gets a 20th shot. 20th point. Still consistent. Belcher with the steal.
Comes up with possession. A timely steal. The Prince of Thieves strikes once more.
He has good hands, hasn't he?
Phil Jones, back to Boucher, the man that got them possession in the first place. 7 ticks to play with. Phil Jones retreats. Quick release from Bradshaw.
The young fella's hot.
Give him the rock. Craig Bradshaw is coming of age in this international series. It's New Zealand by 4, just over 90 seconds to go.
Craig Bradshaw was his 23rd point. He's not intimidated out there. They were so close, saying New Zealand possession right there. There's a put a position for Australia.
And a timeout.
The timeout has been called. Brian Goorjian has got some issues. He's got some problems. His team trails by 4. It's the Tall Blacks sitting pretty at 75-71.
Straight after the game, so stay with us for that
Well, this is a moment a lot of people have been waiting for a long, long time for. I reckon this must be the longest 91 seconds coming up in the history of New Zealand basketball, Peter.
Oh,
You've been there before, never quite got the job done. What would you be thinking if you were down there suiting up tonight?
Never a cigar, but if I was right there, I'll be telling the boys, just don't let, just give it all. But can you hear the crowd, though, Costa? Quiet. There's silence the crowd here. Australia has, Australia can't draw on the energy that they, that they can give to a team, and that's good for New Zealand.
Well, they've been relatively quiet since Newley knocked down that triple.
Yes, exactly. Zach with Bradshaw's tray from the outside. He's having a hell of a game too. With Craig Bradshaw with 23 points out there. He's having a whale of a game.
Don't get that word wrong, will you?
Real challenging that one.
Brian Gorgon. I wonder what he said to his boys.
The Resi Mortgage Test Series. It's the New Zealand All Blacks.
I think New Zealand will still persist with the zone.
Make a little noise out here. Let's go.
It seems to be working for them.
Australia led by 2 at quarter time. They trail by 1 at half time. New Zealand by 7 at three-quarter time.
Man to man.
Here we go.
Come on, man to man.
Bogut. Tough shot. Never looked likely. New Zealand come up with possession. How crucial is that?
Tad Baldwin changed up, went to man to man.
Henry. Will they foul him? Yes, they will. 71 seconds to go.
A bit early for that foul right there, though. Poor Henry there sticks to the line, though. Looking to convert these free throws. Paul Henry there looking for his 3rd point.
Brian Gorgian still up to his tricks on the court side. Henry from the free throw line.
Silence the crowd. Silence the crowd on that free throw, Costa. Now the crowd starts getting into it.
Can he repeat the dose? Not quite.
Oh, not quite.
Margin stays at 5. Just over 60 seconds to go. The Aussies need points. They need them now. Smith can do it. Jason Smith, tough shot. He's not the Iceman here tonight.
A big rebound from Pero Cameron.
Tall Black possession. Henry back up the floor.
Jeez, he's quick.
And Boucher's been fouled by Barlow.
Boucher.
Well, we're going to see more fouls than my uncle's chook house in the final 50 seconds here. You can bet your life on that. Brian Gorgian would know that. Timeout's been called.
Timeout's been called.
New Zealand leading by 5 down the stretch. 76 plays 71 at Vodafone.
I don't like to put the hoodoo on New Zealand, but it's looking good, Costa. It's looking good right now.
You're going to call it now, are you? You're going to call it?
Well, practically 2 possessions left. And Australia will have to foul on 2 of those possessions.
You're telling the story, Peter.
Yes.
You're telling the story.
Head up to the Western Lounge for the signing. They'll sign some autographs.
It's looking good, Costa. It's looking good.
Not looking good for this bloke. Brian Gorgian, listen to, look at him. Look at him.
Plenty of sponsors tonight to thank.
What do you think's going through that mind now? He gets that vein going.
Yes.
And quite often they have the medics almost ready to call triple O.
Yes. Yeah, he's so passionate about his basketball, Costa. Look at him. Look at his red face, veins popping out. I'm sure he's telling his boys, mate, the game ain't over, fellas. The game ain't over.
Must be something about coaching. That's a pastime or a profession, if you like, I beg your pardon, for the follically challenged.
Australia Post, thank you very much.
Oh, this is an important position right here.
49.9 to go. It's Tall Black 76. It's Boomers 71.
Tab Baldwin. What can we say about him? He is a miracle worker.
Oh, yes. He's brought New Zealand into the new age. I'm telling you. He's brought New Zealand into the new age.
For the Tall Blacks.
Dylan Boucher. You wouldn't quite put your house on it.
No, you wouldn't. But he's looking for his 3rd point right now. Hey, it's his 3rd point. Come on, New Zealand.
New Zealand have scored the last 8. This is another big run. They scored 7 straight just before half-time. So another very good run here. 6-point spread it remains.
It's an important position for Australia.
Kendall. Smith. Not sure where to go.
Another double team right there.
Barlow stops, pops, caught the front of the iron, and it will be an Aussie possession with just over 30 seconds to go.
Jeez. I'm looking for Jason Smith, maybe come off a screen, look for the three-pointer. Newbury takes it.
Newley. Oh,
nice rebound.
It did everything but tumble.
And Craig Bradshaw comes up with a big rebound. He's having a hell of a game tonight, Craig Bradshaw.
Well, he's on the verge of a double-double, and what a night to do it.
Oh, yes. Jeez. 23 points, 9 rebounds. That's a whale of a game tonight.
Well, this is very much indeed a dramatic night in the history of Trans-Tasman basketball. In 100 years' time, they'll get this tape out and play it to all those kids hooping it up from Bluff to Cabrianga.
Bradshaw shoots his first free throw, he makes it. One more free throw, and I will say the writing's on the wall, Costa.
Well, I think it's been on the wall for some time.
Yes.
It's on the ceiling at the moment. New Zealand have scored the last 9, and Bradshaw has come of age. Couldn't quite get that to go. They lead by 7. Surely they've done enough. Well and truly. Markovic. They've gone. The Aussies, they're gone. I'm going to call it New Zealand. This is history in the making. And Barlow gets a smack in his chops in the process. Less than 10 seconds to go.
And who comes up with the ball again? Not that young fella.
Well, I'll tell you what, Peter. I know you brought some, but you can go at the back and get that champagne right now. Less than 10 seconds to go. They lead by 7, the Tall Blacks. How good is this?
And who's at the line again? The young fella, Craig Bradshaw. Woo. 25. And New Zealand has scored the last 10 points.
Craig Bradshaw is making everybody sit up and take notice of him here tonight.
Especially back in Wellington.
It's gone for the Aussies. It's been over as a contest for some time. The fans know it. They have been.
And that's the writing.
New Zealand.
That's the writing on the wall.
Have finally done it. The monkeys off the back. It's more like a gorilla. Their first ever victory over the old enemy. 79-71 at the final. The Boomers beaten by the Tall Blacks for the first time on Australian soil.
What a game, Costa, what a game.
They said they couldn't win away from New Zealand. They said they couldn't win when they got on a plane heading west. So much for that theory.
And I think it's our first game on Aussie soil too that we beat Australia. What a game for the ball. Ted Bull will be over the moon. Look at the boys. I feel for them right now. I'm a proud Kiwi right now too, Costa.
Well, this is a huge result for basketball throughout the region in the lead up to the World Championships coming up in Japan. 79-71, high fives all round as we go courtside, and Julian is with one of the great servants of modern day basketball in New Zealand.
With the captain, Pedal Cameron Petey, congratulations. How are you feeling, brother?
Feeling great, mate. I was a spectator out there tonight, but you know, we had a couple guys step up. Benny Hill, Craig Bradshaw, they played awesome, hit some big shots. And our shooters, you know, Phil Jones and Kirk Penny, unbelievable.
Craig Bradshaw, a young guy who's come on the scene. This has been the evolution, the development of Craig Bradshaw tonight.
He's come back bigger and more confident. You know, he's a handful in training. And all credit to him, he hit a big 3 and he knocked down some big foul shots tonight. I can't say enough for the guy. Also, Benny Hill, you know, it's his first experience. He stepped in like he's playing mini ball. Awesome, just the confidence of these 2 young guys in our team. They got us over tonight.
I don't know if you know what you've done out there, because a lot of people out there back in Aotearoa watching at home, they wanted to see you guys win tonight. You've done it, you've broken history, you've won on Australian soil. I mean, did you feel that vibe coming in tonight?
It's awesome. We heard last night that it's going to air on Māori TV, and a lot of aroha, you know. We felt good and we ranked all our whānaus. Just awesome. You know, early in March we came here, we had a 4 or 5 point loss, and just come back and and beat them and get the shield. It's, you know, we say it's all about preparation going into Worlds in 4 games against Aussie. It's Aussie, New Zealand.
Yeah.
You know, and anytime we can get a win against these guys, which hardly ever comes, it's good for us. But we look to change that for the future.
And we know, well, just one last question before I let you get back to the boys. We know World Champs was a long-term goal, but you always have in the back of the mind that you wanted to get it here in Aussie.
Yeah, like the first game we were unsure where we were at. We were a new team. We had 4 new players and we were unsure. So the first hit out, we lose by 2. Napier, and then we turn around, win by 20. You know, where do we stand? So tonight I think is a good reflection. We lost in Hobart the other night. Yeah, sure, you know, Spain's a target, and we will be focused on that, but, you know, Aussie, New Zealand, we always want to get these guys. And we got them on their own soil tonight, first time we've ever done that, and it was a good team effort. Just really proud of the fellas.
Pedro, congratulations. That's it. We'll let you get back to the boys.
Cheers.
Ka pai, brother. Go Motawehi, Pedro Cameron, too much.
Well, he's been there for the Tall Blacks since 1994, and you reckon he's not going to set his foot in Melbourne's entertainment district tonight for a quiet ale or two. PC has finally got his team a victory here in Australia, and look at that Boomer bench. Let's go courtside once more. PC had a lot to say about Craig Bradshaw, and he's standing by right now with Julian.
25 points. Craig Bradshaw, congratulations. How do you feel, especially about this win tonight on Aussie soil?
Oh, it's great. Winning on their home court, so yeah, it's a plus, yeah.
Well, this game tonight for you, especially coming out there tonight, you lost Marky Tickle. A lot of people were saying you weren't going to be able to compete up front with the big guys, but you just stood out tonight.
Yeah, we had a big talk before the game about attitude and tempo. We wanted to bring the tempo. We don't want them to bring it to us, and I think it paid off tonight.
You stood out again on the last game in Hobart as well. Tab talked about intensity. Was that also in the back of the mind? I mean, your defensive effort tonight was amazing.
Yeah, that's a big. With me, this is my 3rd year, and I'm just trying to do a lot of things: rebound, hustle, and score points. So tonight I was lucky. I scored a lot of points tonight. So,
what was Tab saying at halftime, especially to you personally, given that you were standing out on the first half as well? What was Tab saying to you at halftime?
Just keep our composure. Let them be coming up strong. It's their home ground, and just execute our plays pretty much.
Just one last question. We'll let you get back to the boys. Craig, in terms of building on for the World Champs and long-term goals as well, but this is huge for you. And is this huge for you as well, this victory here?
Oh, it is. Before the game, we weren't too sure if we won, if we would get the shield or not. We were told we would if we won with points differential. So it's a huge, it's a great feeling right now.
Craig, get back to the boys, mate. Congratulations. Craig Bradshaw, 25 points. Well done. He was the man.
He was the man, he was the money man for sure. Everyone said that obviously the New Zealand side would perhaps have some sense of intrepidation about the future, if you like, with the retirement of the likes of Sean Marks and Ed Book, but hasn't Craig Bradshaw stepped up to the plate? A game high here tonight, 25 points, as Julian says. Peter, it was 1 rebound off a double-double on a night like this.
That's amazing. I mean, the young kid must be feeling on top of the world right now, you know, playing, you know, like on Australian soil, okay, beating Australia at home. Oh, I just feel for him right now, Costa, I feel for him.
Well, everything has changed in the psyche of New Zealand basketball since an American turned up on these shores a long, long time ago. He's put New Zealand basketball on the map. We all know that. His name's Tab Baldwin. He's downstairs with Julian.
Yeah, thanks again, Costa and Peter. And Tab, congratulations. I mean, how are you feeling?
I feel wonderful. This is a huge win for us. And, you know, we tried to play it down and talk about the world champs, but, you know, bubbling away inside, we wanted this game so much. You know, this is the same court we lost the gold medal in the Commonwealth Games on, and that hurts so much, and this feels like such great retribution. And to have the Al Ramsey Shield, I'm so proud of this team. I'm so proud of everybody that supported us, and thank you to you guys for being there for us tonight.
It's a privilege and an honour to be here, Tab. I have to say that. And to see that effort out there tonight, you talked about intensity after the Hobart game, and that was certainly evident, especially in the defensive end.
Yeah, and it had to be. You know, the Boomers are getting better and better every game. And, you know, Bogut, I thought, played a great game tonight. And we had our hands full all night. And it kind of felt like we were just hanging on at times. And but, you know, I think we've grown as well. There was a couple of times this thing might have slipped away. and we didn't let it. We fought back, and you know, Craig Bradshaw was just a huge force tonight, and you know, we're so happy.
In terms of after Hobart, I mean, how did you pick the team up after that? I mean, that was so close. It was agonisingly close. Again, the first test, you came back in the second test well, but Hobart was so agonising, excruciatingly close. How did you pick the boys back up?
Well, we knew we didn't represent ourselves, most importantly, well. We didn't represent the country. All the things that we're supposed to do, we didn't do. And, you know, this is a mature team. This is a veteran team, and they were acutely aware of that, and I didn't have to really say a word. I did, but I don't think I had to say a word. And, I mean, I just spoke the frustration that we all felt, and tonight the response was unbelievable.
Just one last question before we let you get back to the prize giving. And I don't know if you know what you've done out there, because there are a heck of a lot of people who are interested in tonight's game. They've seen you win tonight, and on behalf of the rest of the country, congratulations. What's your last words for the people watching out there tonight?
Oh, gosh, just thank you so much for the support you've given the Tall Blacks over the years. And I mean, genuinely, from our hearts, we feel like New Zealand's team, and when we have a chance to show it in an arena like this, and an occasion like this, and we come out successful, we just are very proud Kiwis.
Tab, all the best for the rest of the build-up to the World Champs, and all the best for the World Champs as well. Congratulations.
Cheers, thanks very much, mate.
Too much. He's a happy man. Tab Woolworth, the coach of the Tall Blacks. Back to you, Chase.
Well, I tell you what, after his heroics with the team getting to Indianapolis, and after what he's achieved since, Tab for PM, it could well be a catch cry in some of the papers in the days and months ahead. He just seems to amaze so many people with the players that he's got. 2-2 the series pans out, but New Zealand, of course, take the Ramsey Shield on scoring differential. An amazing night here, an historic night. New Zealand get their sixth win ever against the old enemy, and of course their first here on Aussie soil. They win this one 79-71.
And I would like to acknowledge Passport Australia.
No re te iwi ke mohe mai ko tuku ara popoto ake te wahanga ki a o tira ki a mātou I konei. That is us for tonight from Vodafone Arena in downtown Melbourne, Australia, and you have witnessed history in the making. The Tall Blacks, the winners at the end of the game, 79-71. Craig Bradshaw, the man of the match, but who really cares, because we're all Māori, we're all New Zealanders, and we've all won tonight. Congratulations to the team. Tēnā rawa atu koutou katoa I huri mai ki te mātakitaki, ki te whakarongo, arake ki te koutou I te wawaetanga ake o te ara ki tēnei o ngā tākaro. Nui whakaharahana. Ko tātou I toa, nau mai hara mai te whakataetai o te ao. No hora mai rei te iwi, tēnā rā koutou katoa. That is us. Good evening from Melbourne and from Māori Television.